Starting. Here we are. Welcome everybody to another Sunday night of the Hangover Remedy Mastermind with Andrea, Lori, and Rashid, and we'll do our quick introduction since you probably know who we are. Lori, why don't you start?
Okay, hello and a happy Sunday to you. I'm Lori Willis, and I'm an internet marketer, stay-at-home mom. Been at this for about 2 years, and that's one thing.
Okay, Rashid, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rashid on the west coast of Canada. Like Lori, I'm an internet marketer. Not a stay-at-home mom, though. However, I do have a little daughter who really inspires me and keeps me going each day. Pretty much, well, as you can see, I'm wearing a nice, stylish little blue hospital gown. This is what originally led me into the whole work from home thing. I was born with sickle cell anemia, so from time to time I can end up in the hospital, and that just made climbing the whole corporate ladder a challenge. So I started looking for other ways to, make things work, and the internet is what I found and enjoying, and I think it's something that everybody should explore, just for the reasons that we have lives and we want to enjoy the small things that count, and spending 8 hours plus each day at a job can kind of just take away from that. So that's why we're here. We're kind of just leveraging technology and inspiring others as to how they can do the same.
Rashid, I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, I can't believe that you're at the hospital and you're still technically working, and like you're smiling, and you give people so much hope that are in the similar or same situations that maybe would be all in despair, but you're actually plugging away like at the hospital. Like, my hat is off to you.
Right?
Thank you. And that's why I love this, is because in a regular job, I couldn't be doing this. It's me losing out a day of work, losing out on a day of pay, and often I can lose a job too. So that's why I love doing this, because I can take it wherever I go. And unfortunately, right now it's not a positive place to be, but we can take it to the beach. We can take it wherever we have an internet connection.
So awesome. Rashid, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so before they come looking for you, let's get this started. Today's topic is about leadership and leaders. And what point do leaders stop helping? At what point do we let go of people that are in our organizations? So my first question is to Lori. What do you consider to be leadership?
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to situate my camera. Okay, leadership. Honestly, it's just, people make it very difficult, but I think a strong leader is simply someone who leads by example. You don't tell people necessarily what to do, but you show them what to do by what you yourself are doing. It's almost like being a parent. Your kids are going to remember how you live, how you talk, what you do, more than what you actually just command them to do, if that makes any sense.
I agree. I agree totally. What I kind of thought a leader to be was somebody who proves themselves. Somebody who's not just about the talk, but somebody who walks the talk. And like you said as well, I relate a lot of this to how I raise my children. And I can't do the do as I say, not as I do, because no matter what, they're going to follow action and how they've been made to feel, other than what we tell them and what we say to do. So to me, that's what a leader is. Rashid, what's a leader to you?
I think there's so many aspects to a leader, but I think where it ultimately starts is leading ourselves, having the ability to take ourselves out of that comfort zone, so that we can expand ourselves and expand our lives through action again. And with that action, hopefully it inspires others to, follow in those footsteps, not so that they just stay a leader or stay a follower, but so that they themselves can develop into a leader themselves. So I think ultimately the starting point is to regain full control of your own mind, of your own thoughts, and step out of that comfort zone so that you can take your lives and hopefully the lives of others in a new, more inspiring direction than just following the system, which doesn't seem to be working so great for everybody.
Right? It's true. Leaders are really selfless. They keep other people in mind all the time. The system is more about keeping the man in mind all the time. And the other thing that I wanted to say about leaders is they let go of recognition really easily. They care more about their people than they do about, hey, look at me. So my next question was, do you think you can choose to be a leader? Are leaders chosen? What do you think, Rashid?
Yeah, you can definitely choose to be a leader. I don't think anybody's born to be a leader or born as a leader, but by just, following your heart, following your dreams and stuff like that, that's just an indication of leadership right there, having the courage to step out of just, the normal or the typical, day-to-day, get a good grade so you can get a good job and all of that. Everybody can do that. I think that's a stage of life, but if you really want to take your life to where you really want to be and achieve your goals and all that, then it does need you to kind of step out of what the system just says. So yeah, leaders aren't born. It's something you choose to be, and um, it can be a challenge at times, but what's not, right?
Right. What about you, Laurie? Do you think they're chosen?
When you say chosen, do you mean like chosen by like other leadership, or you mean you choose to be a leader?
Either or.
Okay.
Answer.
My feeling on that personally is that you have to, similar to what Rashid said, you choose to be a leader, like you decide to be a leader, and the way you decide is just one single step at a time. And so you don't, kind of going back to the whole mom-child thing, you're not born a leader per se. A lot of firstborn kids obviously are, and I was thinking about the reason that they are is because they're the first kid in the family. The parents are like, hey, go open the fridge. Hey, go get me my shoes. Hey, and they start taking orders from a superior, and that's how they learn to be a leader. And then when the other little kids come up the ranks, they start helping the younger ones and leading them because they themselves have been there. So to be a good leader, you have to, like Rashid said, first learn to lead yourself. See where you want to go, see what you need to get results, start leading yourself, and quit wondering, like, how come nobody's following me? If you're doing the right things and you're being a great leader of yourself, you're naturally going to become a leader. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah. So that's what I think, because when I first started online, I pretty much looked to my sponsor like, hey, should I do this? Hey, should I do this? Hey, what do you think about this? And I was constantly running everything by her brain. And then I got to the point where we weren't in the same companies anymore. And instead of saying, like, I'll just give her a name, Mary. Like, what would Mary do? What would Mary say? What would Mary tell me to do? I began to follow what she did, and that's how I myself became a leader, because I began to treat myself as that superior, if you will. And if I didn't know, I would watch what my sponsor or people that got the results I wanted were doing, like Fraser, Ben, Angie Long, Vincent, or Mark Hoverson. I would see what they did. I would say, what would Mark do? What would Vincent do? What are they doing? And I just begin to emulate them.
Right.
So I'm going to be a millionaire next year. I slacked off this year.
Well, we have to think we're a millionaire before we become a millionaire, right?
Exactly.
Good. Did you want to? I thought I saw you wanting to chime in, Rashid. Did you get in all your thoughts?
No, we can continue.
Okay. I think as well that leaders are chosen. This is going. It's something that, like Lori was just saying, it's something that as we do what we're doing, people choose to follow you. You can't demand to be a leader without people revolting. You have to actually want to follow somebody in order to get that status as a leader. So, yes, like I agree with you, Lori, that everything that you do and emulating who you want to become, people will look at you and choose to appoint you as their leader instead of, like, I don't think leaders can demand to be a leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
And if you were to put somebody new, let's say, for instance, you had someone new and you put them in a leadership role and they're not ready for it, they're going to fall on their face. Like, there's been some people that, they were put in leadership positions before they were ready for it, and it didn't do them any good. Because you have to sort of, this is my opinion, I think you have to sort of walk the trenches in order to lead your team. Because you've been there, you've made the same mistakes, or you've had the same struggles, and you weren't just, given this, I don't know, like leadership role. I don't even think giving somebody a leadership role that hasn't earned it is a good thing to do as a leader.
Definitely.
I know, like how the Dalai Lamas are chosen. I think they're chosen from birth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they have to lock arms with people that have already, like you said, walked the walk. Otherwise, yes, because they have 10-year-olds making decisions for entire nations.
Oh, wow.
But not without the counsel of 15, 20 elders behind them.
So they have a lot of mentorship and a lot of accountability.
Yes, tons, right? Like, they're not making moves. The words come out of their mouth, but the decision's really made from the people behind them.
That sounds like a puppet. That's bad.
Almost, until they get to the point where they are confident enough to take on the leadership position. Otherwise, you're right. Everybody gets cotton candy for weeks, nothing else, and they sink the nation. Okay. Now, what does it take for someone to step up as a leader? It's kind of a vague question, so I'll start. To me, in order for someone to step up from kind of just a popularity contest to an actual leader is giving up a lot of things. Tasks, mainly. Giving up the tasks and delegating and keeping people on the same level as you, creating colleagues and not, minions. Not, okay, I'm in charge and you're going to do this, you're going to do this, but allowing that success to kind of flourish in somebody by allowing them to do something that you had once done but can now let go of because you're in a position to do that. So, back to the question, what does it take for someone to kind of step up as a leader? What do you think, Christian?
I would say it takes the right mindset, it takes courage, it takes integrity, it takes heart to really care for the other person, it really takes you just being authentic and willing to share a part of you that, a lot of people tend to, just want to keep certain things to themselves, things that may be working very well for them. They may want to hide it, thinking that if they share it with others, they're going to lose their competitive edge or whatever. But you got to really realize that the world is infinite. There's plenty of stuff out there for everybody, and the more you give, the more that will come back to you. So you got to kind of just eliminate that.
We lost him.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, right in mid-sentence.
I know.
So, okay, well, pick up, Lori. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, say it one more time because I had a thought when you were reading it.
Okay, what does it take for someone to step up as a leader?
Okay.
Like, what do they have to do to get out of the popularity contest role to an actual leadership position?
Okay, so we've always just had our best stuff come from just straight up conversation, I think. So I'm glad I didn't actually rehearse these answers and memorize them. But for me, I can only go back to, in my own personal story. I was so used to being the follower for about a year, and it was basically monkey see, monkey do. My sponsor would cut a video, and she would tell us cut a video, so I cut a video. My sponsor would say write an article, I would write an article. My sponsor would say study a marketing method, I would study a marketing method, and then I would do it. So I would say to step up to be a leader, you have to be an action taker. And there's something that I read. We always talk about these books. I think it's Millionaire Mindset book by T. Harv Eker. But he said the difference is between like someone who wants to be success and someone who is. He said there's 3 levels. One is I want. So let's say I want to be a leader. The next one would be I choose to be a leader. And the final one is I commit to be a leader.
Oh, okay.
So it's that commitment, not like, well, yeah, I want to be a leader. I think I'm going to be a leader. It's not enough. You have to want it so bad that you commit to it. So like right now within Eyeline, we've got a video challenge. I would say to someone that chooses to be a leader, you know what? Do a challenge, commit yourself to it, and start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. I could go on for hours about this, but that's what I would say it is. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm a commitment-phobic. I'll do something, but the second that I have to, put it on paper or, actually commit to it. So that's why with this Island Challenge, the 100-day one that we did before, the 100-day challenge, I started and I'm like, oh, I don't like it. But now I committed to it and I'm ready for it because I love doing video. I love it because it really gets you personally connected to people, and I think that's really important in our industry to kind of stand out as the triangle in all the circles. So Cassie, welcome, honey.
Finally got to be
lose one, we gain one. Awesome.
I said,
oh, okay.
She's got cool heart earrings too. I'm such a girl. I'm like, she's got heart earrings. I'm like, whirl.
Distraction. So, Cassie, introduce yourself so that everybody can get to know you. We're not really wrapping anything up yet, so we're kind of midway there. So let us all know who you are, what you're about.
I am Cassie, aka Cassandra. I am also an Island, a part of Island Internet Lifestyle Network. I've been with Island for about, I think it's going to be 3 months now, and I just love it. I'm actually one of the online coaches in our exclusive group called Pay It Forward, so I just help to lead newbies and help them out when it comes to, making sales, or if they just join the program, I just kind of lead them as to how to get started. Like, for example, we have our mindset mindset training that Asia, who happens to be one of the leaders in Island, she created. So I would just basically guide them as to how to follow that. And if they have any questions, techie issues, Andrea would be one of them. And me, anything else, you know, I suck with techie stuff, but anything else when it comes to Island, I'm that girl. So that's me.
Perfect, perfect. Now, let's hear your spin. Where should we go with this one? What do you consider leadership to be?
Leadership is just simply, to me, leading by example so that you can inspire people to do what they're capable of doing. Because to me, I feel like you can't tell people, you know, or show, if you're telling people to do one thing but you're not doing it yourself, it's kind of hard for them to see the big picture. But if you're like, all the time, or I'm either posting something valuable on Facebook. So for me, I feel like if I want my team members to do the same thing, I have to lead by example so they can get the picture. They can see, oh, okay, so that's how she posts messages on Facebook. Oh, so this is what she talks about in her videos. That makes sense. Okay, well, I can do that. To them, it's easier that way. If you're not showing that to them, but you're preaching, to make sense to me. It's kind of like, you know, you telling people what to do. It's not like you're being a boss, but you're just being, you know, a leader. That's what a leader is to me. So
it's incredible how similar our answers are, and you're just chiming in. So can you tell we've all been tricked to the same platform?
yes.
Okay. We just finished talking about what it takes for someone to step up as a leader. I was saying that it's more of being able to share in your I don't want to say business, because it's not necessarily leadership and business, but to being able to share in your knowledge and not treating someone like I'm the boss, like you just said, Cassie. Like, I'm the boss and everybody else has to do what I say because I'm delegating it out. But more of a, you know, you're handing over tasks because you want that person to grow and succeed in themselves. And they're more of your colleague than they are your minion. So, uh-oh, am I still there?
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so more of the encouraging others, and did you have anything to say about what it takes to step up as a leader before I move on, or?
Yeah.
Do you want me to recap again?
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay. Well, what do you think? What does it take for someone to step up as a leader?
I think
get out of the popularity contest role and into the leadership position.
Like for me, I don't bend over backwards, but I do. Like for me, I feel like if somebody needs my time, like what hurts for me to hear is when somebody says, I don't get it. I feel like I can't do it like you. I feel like I can't do it like them. It's bothersome. You know, I just can't do it like you guys. So what I would do when I hear stuff like that is I would literally stop what I'm doing at that moment and say, okay, pause. You got Skype. We need to talk right now. And I would try to lay down what it is, like what is it that is bothering you? Because a lot of times when you're in business, it does seem like everything seems overwhelming, and you know, people may be doing so well, and that can be very discouraging. So to me, I just try to explain to people that it's just a mindset issue. And if you don't get it, what I would do is I would get them to chime in on how I talk to people on Facebook. That's my example on how I lead. You know, this is what we do. This is how I talk to people. And I just get them to observe how, you know, it is to be able to, for example, make a sale or how to interact with people. I would get them to enter my world for a second. And sometimes if I have to give up who I close I'll do that. I'll put them under, those types of people so that, it's just a way to motivate them. It's not about me.
Right.
Team isn't winning, I'm not winning. And you don't have to be in my team to win. I just want to make sure that you're good, you're comfortable, because I know what it's like. That's my way of stepping up as a leader.
I agree, and I think that's the big point in taking yourself out of that popularity role. Like, there's a difference between being popular and being a leader. And it's that selflessness. It's that watching others succeed and that letting go of, okay, I have to control every aspect of everything I'm doing, and you do this because that's how it is. So, yes, I totally agree with that. So when do we get to the point where enough's enough as a leader? When do you get to the point where you're not holding someone's hand? I think I touched a soft spot. When does a leader decide, okay, we've decided so far what it takes to step up? Where do we as leaders say, okay, enough's enough, let's step back and let it go? A person. Lori, I see Cassandra just, but I want to hear from Lori.
I think she wants to get to this one.
Go ahead, Lori.
This is a good question that just came on the springboard of what, do you prefer Cassie or Cassandra?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Cassie. I don't want to call her Casey, so okay, Cassie. It's a good springboard off of what she just said about how she got that person to say, hey, we need to go to Skype because your mindset needs to change. I get a lot of people that off the cold, actually, I would say about 99% of my signups come from the cold market because I do SEO. So I'll get signups from people I've never met, never talked to. I tried the Facebook message thing and it just wasn't for me. So my strategy is SEO. So every now and again I'll get somebody, and I don't mind because I've been there, and they're like, hey, how do you do this? Hey, where do I find my links? Hey, da-da-da-da, hey, da-da. And they have like 20,000 questions. And I'll sit there and I'll answer and I'll answer and I'll answer. Once I see that they haven't done step one, if I told them, hey, step one, and they're asking me about step three, I'm like, but wait, you haven't stepped one first. It's just kind of like my kids. Don't come to me and ask me about, this is the way I look at it. If you're being lazy in your brain, you're wanting to use my brain to answer a question that you yourself could go dig for the answer, and that's how you're going to become a good leader. You just learn and you learn and you dig and you learn. And I do my team members a disservice by sitting there and milking them. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it to a certain extent, but if they start to abuse my time, then I have no problem just ignoring. And I know it sounds rude, but I I ignore their messages and they go away. They either stick around or they go away. But I believe in abundance, so I don't worry about losing a team member. You have to. This is a sink or swim business. It is. I hope that came across okay.
It's fun. I wanted to get this side of leadership out there.
Get real.
People know that. Right. There's we have families to feed, bills to pay. It's the whole aspect of, like, it's not just a give, although it is give. But there comes a point where we've got to stop. Okay, Cass, jump in. Tell me, what point do we let go?
Oh, Lord. Lori, you definitely broke it down. You notice how you said they'll ask you a whole bunch of questions, but they haven't gotten to step one first, but they're trying to jump straight to step 4. It's like, listen, okay, pause. That's me right there. I'm very real when it comes to that, and I have no problem letting you know that. Leader, I do have to break it down to what that is. I'm only a servant leader when and only when you just follow my lead. Follow my lead. If I tell you, okay, Sandra, I suck with videos, what do I do? And I'm giving you tips on what to do with videos. Great, I'm going to give you homework. All right, I want you to make 2 videos and talk about 4 interesting facts about yourself. The second one, talk about what it is that is benefit. I'll give you a time limit. All right, you got till tomorrow to get it done. You want to get it done by tomorrow. I won't say anything. I won't bother you. I won't even contact you. But, you know, I'll wait for you to come to me. Now, when you come to me, I'm expecting, hi, Sandra, boom, here's a video. But when you ask me a question, you know, this is just bothering me. I'm not making any sales. What's going on? Okay, I have to, you know I have to be professional, and I have to kind of bring, you know, I got to bring down the notch. Okay, all right, where's your video? I haven't done it. Okay, let's stop right there. Okay, let's stop right there. Because you haven't done it, I'd love to help you out with other questions and whatever it is that you're struggling with, but because you haven't done assignment number 1, I can't go further with you. Is that fair? Yes, it's fair. Enough said. I don't like it. I just cannot stand lazy-minded people. I say it all the time. This is my word when it comes to business. Swerve. If you haven't done what I've done or what it is that you need to do, you need to swerve. Don't come to me for some help or for some, you know, suggestion. Just swerve. And I'm done. That's my input.
So we could do a whole hangout on this, man.
We
Right.
really could.
It's
Now, how
such
long-
a pet peeve.
How long have you been in the internet marketing or network marketing, Cassie?
9 months altogether, 3 months island.
See, that's awesome. At 9 months,
That's
she
me. And
already gets this. Like, I
Right.
would love to recruit somebody like her, you know, because she's not like, help me, what do I do now? Well, I looked and I didn't understand it. Well, I read it or this. It's people that are like whining and complaining. That's it. I think. Are you on Asia's team?
Yes.
Asia is huge with mindset, and I'm gonna probably start doing a lot of videos like her, because if you don't have this right here, right, your mind, everything else you can do technically perfect, you're gonna derail. So I think that's so great. Such a great reflection of what she's done with her team and what she's attracted by what Asia is being. You have to have that mindset that if Asia quit ILN today, Cassie would still succeed, because she's not going to be like knocking on her
Dependent.
And like with Fraser or Vincent, I would ask him, like, I bombarded a few questions here and there. They would answer me. And one time Fraser told me, Fraser McDonald, he said, the reason I answer you, Lori, he says, is because you're an action taker. He goes, I know that if I tell you to do something, you always do it. It's done on time. So,
What
anyway.
a great compliment. You know,
Yes.
coming from Fraser. What an awesome
That's
compliment.
And there's a lot of messages that he won't even answer, because he gets like, God, I think one day he had
Mad
50
messages.
to 60 messages. And some people will just be like, well, I'm just going to quit your team because you didn't get to my message in 5 minutes. And like, you know, Andrea said, we have life. Some of us have like literally a nursing baby on our boob. Some of us are in the car driving, and we're not there ignoring your message. We get to them as we can. So
Right.
we're
That's just real. Or my thing is, you can't have $1 million. You can't say you want, you know, this $1 million lifestyle, but your work ethics is like, you know,
9 to
it's like
5.
F plus. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, to me, I just feel like you're unrealistic. You need help. You're willing to work 80 hours a week for an $8 an hour job, but you're not willing to do it for this one. What sense does that make? No, go sit down. It's just, that's an entrepreneur.
Oh my God. This is so funny. I'm glad that none of us are drinking alcohol right now, because it's like off the hook.
It just bugs me. No, you know what? This is a really good question, because it bugged me. Because I had a guy who, because I posted my cha-ching email on Facebook. And you know what he said? He said, is it really easy to make money? Okay. I told him yes. No, at first he asked me, did you make all this money online? I said, yes, I did, with a smiley face. And he said, is it easy? How much did you make? And this was like under my Facebook. I was like, okay. Well, hey, so-and-so, if you really would like to know more information as to what I did to make this money, you're welcome to inbox me. So he inboxed me, and he just dived in. Is it easy to make money? How much did you make? Oh, my gosh, what did you do? Blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, this is how I had to answer it. Hi, so-and-so. It is really, okay. This is a really fun opportunity and a great type of opportunity to be a part of, but I will tell you this, okay? It is very simple to achieve this kind of I guess, result. But the thing about it is, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're looking for push easy, just watch money rain from the sky, there is no such thing. But one thing I will tell you is it is very achievable with my coaching if you want this type of dream lifestyle. Now, I just wanted to let you know this before I wasted your time or you wasted mine. Is that okay? And then he proceeded and said, I get it. And that was history. The rest was history from there. Because he wanted me to send him the video. He wanted me to send him some information. He wanted me to talk to him on a personal level. But you just have to understand, you have to make your time valuable. People want to chit-chat all day and ask you these questions, but if they're not willing to, follow your guide, then it's just a waste of time. They're basically sucking your energy, and you're just falling into it. Time is money, whether you like it or not. We can be about wanting to build a relationship, be friends, but you're still working. It's a business type of thing, so you have to value that.
She hit on something that Mark Hoverson says in his training in the pro level, where he talks about, I don't know if you guys have listened to this, if somebody says, hey, will you get on the phone with me? I have a few questions to ask you about your, ABC opportunity. And he says, this is what he does. This is what he coaches people to do. And it was huge for me. And at first I thought, well, that's kind of mean, because I would get on the phone with people time after time. But this is what they do. Hey, well, what's a comp plan? Hey, well, what's this? Well, hey, what's that? And then, you know what? They would go sign with someone else, or they wouldn't sign up at all. So this is what he coached them to say. He'd say, if I get on the phone with you, are you ready to sign up and answer all your questions? Are you ready to sign up today at the pro level or at the ABC level? And well, no, I don't really want to. I just want some information. Okay, well, go watch the video.
Okay, thank you.
Go read my blog post, and that'll answer your questions. Yeah. Because I'm not going to sit here for an hour, answer all your questions just so you can say, thank you, I feel better now.
or actually outpass.
This was something that I think is a huge part of, it wasn't until I got onto Asia's team that I realized this, that the mindset, like you were saying, Lori, has so much to do with your business. Because now, I don't care who you are getting qualified. Because I do not have time to waste. I got 4 babies, yo. 4.
Right.
And they're 5 years old and under. I don't have time for another baby to hold hands with. So even when people come to me, even if I've been talking to them and they go, I want your link, I want to sign up at the pro level, I go, hold on. You need to start at step 1, go through the 12 steps, have an Asia's mindset training. And if you can't make it through that, then I'm not going to give you any more of my time. That's plain.
That's real.
And I won't even give you my link until that's right. Like, go sign up with someone else. I don't care, because I don't have the time. But I found that once I did that, it's just a plethora of people have come, and they're the right people. And I remember saying that I would wait 6 months to sign up on Asia's team because I saw how things were going. And I expect the same people in return, that they will bust their butt to get on my team because they see that I'm the person they want to link arms with. So I'm not even worried anymore, because there's abundance, like you said, Lori. There's so many people out there that are willing to do the work, that it just doesn't make sense. And I don't know if you guys follow my posts or not, but I'm realizing that ILN is not just one of these. I tell people, if all you want to do is make money and buy a big house and drive a nice car, then go join XYZ, PY, who knows, whatever business, because ILN is about a whole shift in your person. It's creating pioneers. It's reinventing entrepreneurs and allowing them to become something, not just another number, not just
number.
another person on a leaderboard randomly somewhere in some company. Look, I made $1 million in 15 minutes, and look at my big house, my new car. You know, ILN is not about that.
Right.
You can make that kind of money if you want, but the focus of ILN is this longevity, this legacy, this this ability to
integrity.
bring out this. Right, it's this ability for ILN to bring out that inner creativity inside of people to be their own business, their own selves. But do you guys have anything to add? I wanted to read that thing by Greg Gomez. Really
yeah, go ahead, read it.
Okay, it says, the saboteur, someone who sabotages themselves, wants their upline coach mentor to bend over backwards for them to answer any and all questions on a daily and hourly basis, but upon any challenge or suggestion the way they're doing things, they get defensive and explain why they're doing the things that they're doing or why they can't do it. They do this over and over and over until the upline finally realizes that no amount of time will ever change their habits or way of thinking, and therefore any additional time invested is a waste of time. It is always at this point that the saboteur actually gets what they want. They wanted to prove that they could not do it, and that people of success are not as good, righteous, or virtuous as they are now, and when the upline throws in the towel, they confirm their original beliefs that never change throughout the process. Saboteurs are everywhere. Their lack of performance is a badge of honor they wear to blame those of success around them. The good part for them is they get to prove to the world that they were right. And the bad part is that they stay broke, small, and make very little, if any, impact on the planet. Be coachable. If you think people of success are bad, you will only sabotage yourself from ever becoming one, and you will turn off people that are successful from continuing to help you. It's your attitude that is most important. Have a great one, and the world will conspire for your greatness. Remember, people of success, except in very rare circumstances, got to where they are by helping others and providing value. Despising them will not change your results, but will sabotage yourself. So I thought that was excellent. I thought that was how we need to recognize the people that we need to let go of. That is the very point when you need to step up as a leader and step back. And hopefully you are so invested that you become their reason for proving who they are, if that makes sense according to that little article. So wrapping up. We're past our 30 minutes, ladies, but what do you expect, right? Final thoughts on leadership. What do you have to say about how will this change our industry? Leaders growing other leaders. Final thoughts.
Want to go first, Lori?
Leaders growing other leaders. Well, you know, it's just like the circle of life. That's how I look at it. You know, we've been talking about family and kids. So leaders raise up other leaders who then have other leaders who then have other leaders. It's just growth. It's just expansion, and that's what it is.
Okay. Where do you think? Where was my specific question for this? It had to do with ILN. I don't know where I put it, but how is ILN going to take people to another level? How is ILN going to foster this leadership? Is ILN where you guys learned the bulk of this? I know it's for me.
I did a lot through. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I do you want us to name company names?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me.
I don't really care. I'm not promoting these companies anyway. Some of them I'm not even involved in anymore. But I learned a lot through Ian. I learned a lot through watching my sponsor. I learned a lot through MLSP. I'm one of those people that I was hungry enough to want to learn. So I watched endless YouTube videos. I read books. I watched Mark Hoverson videos. I just devoured information, and then I found ILN, and then I tore through ILN's information. So I think for me, it's just how hungry are you, and like what do you want to learn, and what are your goals. ILN for sure. If you haven't gone through the training, I would highly recommend it. I mean, I'm a product of the product, and I own all the products. So yeah.
Man.
Right.
Mine real quick.
What say you, Cass?
Mine was through experience in my old business. I was a part of a company called Instant Rewards. It's a referral program. You get paid like every couple days just to refer people to, you know. But the reason why I got so annoyed, well, you sparked something in me when you mentioned something about, I guess, energy suckers, is because in my old business, I really did not, it's nothing like ILN, the mindset training, because I was good at recruiting, but the people I was just recruiting were just not qualified at all. I did not know that you had to qualify people into business. So what I would do is I would find myself training each person individually for at least an hour at a time. And it milked me so hard because at the end, the result was horrible. They were so ungrateful. It ticked me off because at the end, it was like they wanted so much out of me. I literally babied them. And in Island, I have learned that, well, Asia told me this. She said, you have to find people that are hungry like you. Because you can't find, it doesn't matter if people want to invest in your business. If they don't have that drive, you're not going to raise leaders. You're just going to have lingerers in your business, and they're just going to be nothing but a migraine to you. And it'll fall back on you. You'll have to pay back for that. It's much easier if you find somebody like Peter Chung, Iron, Elizabeth, just everybody, Andrea, that are like, we get it, we're right here. So it's like, it's much easier for us to have this vision and build something for each of us, because we both don't just want lavish things. Those are the type of people that you have to learn to observe when you're talking to them in chat or on the phone. Do they sound hungry? Do they sound inspired? Do they sound like, you can hear it in their voice, Sandra, I really want this. I just don't know how. If you can show me, I will follow. I will do everything you show me. And another thing Asia taught me, she said, money is a mindset issue. Poverty is a mindset issue. There's no such thing as struggle. If you're struggling, it's because it's all in your mind. That's why mindset training is so important. I don't care if you join a program that shows you the secret of the secret behind the secret as to how to make sales. If your mind is not there, you're going to fail. Boom. Yeah. Point blank, period. I don't care if Bill Gates taught you how to make $1,000. If your mind is not there, you're going to fail. And that's it. That's my last.
Period. I agree. That's a beautiful thing. That's it. That's all my questions that I have. I think you both are awesome leaders. I look up to you both, whether you know it or not. And I follow you guys religiously.
I follow you, Andrea.
You guys are awesome, and I'm so glad. Like you said, you have to find people that are hungry like you. And I like hearing that, because you give me a book, don't give me books, because I'll read them. And if you don't read them, I'm going to regurgitate it back to you. So you better have read the material that you gave me. And I'm so glad to find people that have that same, I thought it was just like the outcast nerd all the time, because I would much rather have my notes in a book and learning and reading and just, like Lori said, just devouring something that tickles my fancy, something that floats my boat. And other than anything, I'd rather do that than watch Netflix. I know Netflix is a high priority on a lot of people's list, because work at the end of the day is tough, right? Work at the end of the day is tough, and that is it's such an option for people. But if you could really tap into people's purpose, and this is what I try to explain to them, is that Island provides that environment where people can feel safe enough to be creative. a lot of environments, you know, ridicule and they point fingers and what you want to do what, and people get scared really easily and they just throw away their dreams like it was a bad newspaper. Like, but
Right.
ILN is like, you want to do what? That's awesome. Let's do it together. You know, and it really encourages people. Pardon?
I didn't
Yes,
hear that.
there's a yes. It's and everybody is go go go. Let's do it together. What do you need? Let me help you up. Let me help you get there. And I love that. And that's just how I see leaders being born from leaders and this whole legacy and why I think that, like Lori said, even if these leaders to us were to disappear, they've planted such a strong seed in all of us for our mindsets that we would succeed anyway because of what they've already done, and what they've already done for so many people. How many people are in Island? Almost 40,000 people.
Right.
You kidding me?
Right. Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
I think as a closing thought that leadership it's something that, you know, you have to be chosen by other people to do, and you have to choose to do yourself. There was no right or wrong answer for any of these questions that I had today, and I love chatting with you ladies. And Rashid, we love you to pieces. We hope
Love
you're
you.
feeling better. We hope you didn't get taken away by the psych ward or anything like that. I don't know if you saw Rashid, he's in the hospital, and he snuck out of his hospital room to come and do the beginning of the hangout.
Now that's dedication right there.
Right? Well, it's not even, you know,
That's
like,
dedication.
we talk about, you know, our office from the beaches all the time, but I never think that, hey, we can have our office in the hospital too. We are not feeling well, but you can't do that with a regular 9 to 5. You know, but that's somewhere where Rashid pretty much has to be from time to time. So this is a huge part of his livelihood and his business is being able to take it anywhere and at any time as long as he has an internet connection. So he had to get in his 2 cents earlier before they came looking for him and had him on the big announcements.
Oh,
Any
that's
more
dope.
closing thoughts, or can I close it out?
I think we're good.
Island creates innovation. That's all I'll say.
What did she say? Say it again.
I said ILN creates innovators. That's what I love about it.
Yes, it really does. Links. Ladies, please send me your links, and anyone watching, I saw a few chime in and out. Below the video, there's always the links to get in touch with us. Rashid, Lori, Cassie will all be there. We all have our links there. Love you so much, everyone. Take care, ladies.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
Oh, where's my mouse?